Hey guys, this is Kenny over at LearnHowToGrowSprouts.com, and today I'm going to talk to you just a few minutes about a sprouts maker. Now, there's lots of different ways that you can sprout seeds, beans, and so forth, and some of them are pretty simple. I mean, I bet you have stuff right now at your house that would allow you to begin sprouting immediately. But if you want to do this more as what I would call a sustainable way of sprouting, such that you're creating an actual crop for yourself or your family, then there are ways to make that a bit more what I call scalable. So I'm going to talk about some of the different types of equipment that you can use to really make it doable. Now, what I would suggest though is the easiest way to get started is just with a simple mason jar. You can just, with a mason jar and some cheesecloth or an old pantyhose and an elastic band, you can get started. In fact, let me just show you. If you look at some of the different sprout makers or sprouting kits, and I've got some pictures here I can show you. You've got everything from just a simple mason jar. This is like a simple canning jar with just some mesh and just using the regular mason or canning lid. You can do it. Now, you can see you can also purchase some jars that are made specifically for sprouting, and it has these little holders that allows you to turn it upside down. That's to allow any water to drain off, and it is pretty handy, I have to admit. But you could just do it in a dish rack and with just a regular mason jar and some cheesecloth, so it doesn't take anything really fancy. Now they have these sprout gardens like this one, and I have another type that I'll show you here in just a minute. In fact, why wait? Why wait at all, I say. So, this is a simple sprout garden. I don't know if you can see close here, but it's porous and got holes in the bottom, and the seeds sit here on top, and then it just makes it easy to rinse them under a sink every day. And there's a little tray that they sit in as a base, so that water doesn't get on your counter. So that's one way that it's done. Now, one of my favorites is to use a sprout bag. This is a hemp bag, and you actually can just put the seeds inside, and it's really easy to rinse and to allow the water to drain off. So I've got a picture of one of the hemp bag here. And then there are these larger stackable sprout gardens, and I have one, but it's a little bit big, so I wasn't going to try and bring it in here. But it's literally like this, where you could stack multiple levels, and you could grow a legitimate crop, enough to feed your family just with sprouts on a regular basis. Now, if you're talking about sprouting kits, you can also purchase full sprouting kits with all the different types of seeds, including a full 5-gallon buckets of seeds of different types. And you can learn more about this just by going over to my website and signing up for my free e-course at LearnHowToGrowSprouts.com. So I would direct you over there if you have interest in buying a larger kit. Now just let me show you some more here. So you can see just some other examples, and actually this right here, the kitchen garden, it's called the 2-tray seed sprouter. This is one of the ones that I use, and it is pretty handy. I really like it. But there's some downsides to this. For example, one thing I didn't like about this is you can see the bottom of this. It has these little holes. Sometimes the little sproutling, the little tail on the bean or the seed will poke down through here, and I noticed that it turns them brown after a day or two before they're fully sprouted. I don't dig that. So I'm really turning more to the sprout bag, particularly for any types of beans. I think for beans it's fantastic. Now for alfalfa, I'm finding that I really like just a simple mason jar like this, this type of a setup, or like these over here, because they sprout fully, and you don't get this deal where the sprout tail will like poke through the bottom and then oxidate or strangulate. So that's kind of some advice that I'd give you when you're first starting out. You really can't go wrong with the mason jar, and I like the way they have this here. You can see they're just using some simple mesh or cheesecloth with a simple elastic band, and they just literally put the seeds in there. And if you want to learn the step-by-step process for how you can sprout, just go over to learnhowtogrowsprouts.com, and you can get all that in my free e-course. And so there you go. I've got the URL here if you'd like to pop on over. If you're watching this on YouTube, there you can click on the URL right in the description box. Otherwise, you'll need to type in this URL, learnhowtogrowsprouts.com. This is Kenny, and I hope you found this useful. And listen, I look forward to getting to know you better. Hop on over to learnhowtogrowsprouts.com, and I'll see you over there. Thanks so much. Talk soon.